Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Citizen Rising Woman. This year we are in the 4th edition and our theme is Count Her In. With me today is Mr. Rusere, Chief Operating Officer of Digital Mobile Africa, a company here in Tanzania. So we are going to discuss more of how this company actually empower women and promote gender equality in Tanzania through the initiatives, innovations, and the product that they design across Tanzania. Start with an overview. What is DMA and what you guys are dealing with, all your initiatives and your product, just in brief.
Thank you, Joseph. Good morning. So DMA Digital Mobile Africa, formulated in 5th of October 2018, out of seeing a number of initiatives around agriculture in Tanzania, especially having worked with MasterCard Foundation in one of the programs called Savings at the Frontier for Women, trying to assist women to save from, in Tanzania, we call it Vibubu, into digital, which is financial inclusion program. So Digital Mobile Africa realized that there was a gap, and the gap extends just beyond saving. It goes all the way to the livelihood of the farmers. But farmers, we know, mostly the women are the laborers in any country, in any society. And the fathers are the breadwinners. So after the laborers have gone to the field, the time comes, the harvest, the men come and take the mazao, they go to the field to sell, the women suffer. So we've come with a very good product to change that. DMA is a product called Village Digital Agent, VIDA. So in our VIDA, we use women in their societies to empower them to be the agents of change. So that's how DMA started. So we started in 2019 in Kigoma. We were fortunate to be awarded a tender by UNCDF in Kigoma Joint Program, KJP, where DMA was the aggregator for technology. VIDA was used to that particular program. We ended up with 25,000 farmers and 60% were women, fortunately. That's 2019. And we ended up, we continued impactful to the agriculture, so smallholder farmers specific. And we were chosen in 2020 by Gatsby Africa to run agro-dealer networks, which is called a marketplace. And we realized also women were very few in the agro-dealer space. So in the village, you have people who are doing selling inputs, pembejeo, but very few are women. It's dominated by men. So we went in there and started impacting women to give them shops, give them stipends to start businesses. And that was very, very good for the rural communities that we had. Because from just being a mama in the kitchen, to be now an agro dealer selling pembejeo, and also impacting the what we call from the ground up, which is the soil, with the nutrients coming from agro dealer, the produce that is coming out of it into the markets. So that was 2020, 2021. Gatsby left Tanzania after 15 years, and word continued rising that DMA is doing a good job, specifically in Lake Zone and Kigoma, we were in only 3 districts, Kasulu, Kibondo, and Kakongo. And then we got wind of a company called CQC, Carbon Quest Capital. Carbon Quest Capital, one of the biggest licensed carbon credit dealers. So they sell credit, carbon credit. Carbon credit is around changing the atmosphere coming out of the climate impact or the climate forces that are currently happening across the world. And Carbon Quest Capital bringing innovation to change that. And remember, this is part of the UN Agenda 2030, which we call the Sustainable Development Goals, 17 of them. And Carbon Quest Capital is a product which DMA adopted and become the implementer of the product. So right with me here behind me is a model of the Jiko Sanifu. Okay, so this is the model. This jiko is a very good jiko because you don't need to cut a lot of trees. You prune your trees. When you harvest, the off-cut of the harvest, you use them to fire this particular stove. It's a two-plate stove. It has been tested well. The furnace where the fire goes in retains a lot of fire, and you can cook beans within 30 minutes in this particular. And it gives mama time to go into the field to do other works. Now, DMA has looked at gender inequality very seriously, and we have worked with a couple of companies, including Intelcare, who are doing gender mainstreaming. So we have had a lot of projects where 60% of our teams are women. Okay, and that is helping empower them and give them also a sense of belonging to see that they can also make a decision in their lives. So as we do that, we are very excited that we have now expanded to about 7 regions of Tanzania, starting with Kigoma, joint program in Kigoma, Lake Zone, and recently we entered central Tanzania, which is Dodoma, Singida, and Manyara. In that area, what are we doing? DMA is a project together with our big funder, Heifa International, where we are impacting 100,000 farmers. These are smaller farmers who do alizeti, sunflower. We have also realized again that there's a 49-51 balance. 49 is our women who are in there, and we have our teams who are doing gender mainstreaming also to assist these women to be part of the main groups, which we call farmer producer organizations. So within there, the women have a say and a voice when agriculture is, which is the main activity, is happening within their communities because they're working as groups. We encourage women to be part of a group. We know there's a lot of groups at Kinamama, but if you're part of a group, it gives us the more power to assist the women, to even get them credit, to give them stipends, inputs, among other things. So that's what DMA, in short, has been up to since 2018.
Okay. Thank you for the overview. Since 2018, DMA, as you said yourself, have been involved in different initiatives to support women empowerment.
Yes.
So what are the setbacks or challenges you have experienced during that time as you work towards empowering more women in your services, in the product that you design? What are some of the challenges, considering we are in an African community setting?
Definitely.
Yeah. So what
I think stereotyping is the biggest. Men don't want, with their ego, you don't want to be overruled. So what we have done, we are fortunate that we work with the local authorities, so we go and talk to them and introduce our initiatives, and they are the ones who are supporting us also within their departments. They have teams that help our gender teams to go and talk to men and make sure that they understand that it's not about them only. It's about also empowering your partner, even if you're in a monogamous or polygamous relationship, give them equal say. I know with the mindset of men that we've read, that there was Beijing 50-50, and women who came from Beijing thought that they can now, I know women, of course, you wear trousers, but doesn't mean if you wear trousers, you're not equal to me. We allow you to be fashionable, but the thing with Beijing, it changed a lot of maybe the current 20s generation, the 2000 generation, the millennium, and I think many of the women came with a mindset that they can overrule, but it's not about that. You're still under the main leadership, but you are still given the opportunity to rise up and also do your own thing. So what do we do then with the local authorities that we're working with, local districts? So DMA works very closely with Minister of Agriculture, who has blessed us with an MOU. With Minister of Agriculture, they take us to Tamsemi so that we can work with Watendaji and Viongozi in the local authorities. Within there, they empower us now to go and give us their extension services, and most of them are women also we are seeing, and we go and talk to the women in the communities and make sure that the issue of stereotyping is crushed or it's reduced. And men are seeing that the more they empower women, more women are more responsible. even with resource keeping and resource management, and men are very happy with that. Men who accept this, they benefit more. Those who reject, we've seen one fighting with mama on the road with a bag of 10 kilos, going to the market, and the men want to sell and get the money. Mama is saying, but I have a baby on my back who needs food. Because she knows that if the man sells, the beer hole.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to DMA as a company.
Yes.
What is the position of women in leadership position within the company?
DMA is, we are doing a restructuring right now, and we are happy to announce that we have a couple of top-notch, even C-suite women in there. Our board is women. We have women in our board. So we are busy doing that, and even at the top management, finance teams, operations, and the other areas of our business, we are busy working on empowering and ensuring that we give women roles. When we do our HR onboarding or engagement, we are working with a close company who help us to ensure that we give an equal fair chance to women to come and get interviewed in DMA and work with us. So definitely we are empowering good positions within DMA with experienced and skilled women.
Okay. Do you have as a company, do you have a policy in terms of the programs or initiative you are implementing to make sure that these women leaders, you retain them or you support them, so that if someone come and start as a receptionist, you make sure that they are growing, they grow in the company?
Yeah, definitely. So we have had very good initiatives. When we did Majiko, we started with teams. We were just implementers, the people who go and register the Jiko, and we've promoted most of them from there to staff champion, which is another role at a good remuneration, which is a good consultant fee. And we have now boast of another 2-3 who are now operations managers in Geita right now. We are running 2-3 operational managers, we groomed from being the low level employees to now the operations managers of our programs. We are running about 6 managers, and 3 of them are women, which we are very happy with. Yeah. Then you come down to staff, the next level. The next level is all women, which is the staff champion, because we want women to go back and talk about the Jiko to the other fellow women in the village. So all that is 100% women, and we are happy that this initiative is continuing. And men, we have told them on the staff champions, they don't qualify because you don't relate. You want to talk to a mama who is telling you are faced with smoke in the kitchen. But if you use Jiko Sanif, you are reducing smoke, and you are reducing smoking approximately 2 packets of cigar in a day using the normal Jiko Ramafigo. So women can relate to that, and it's good to employ the women who can relate and talk to other fellow women in the communities.
Okay. Previously, as we talked earlier, you actually show us one of the innovations that DMA has put in place to address these issues of gender. So maybe you can also, if there is more product to come, or if you have any other innovations or programs that are going to be put in place to address the gender challenges within Tanzania.
For farmers, we are seeing in the area of extension services. If we have women there, they are more responsible also. So we have teams which come from Mati Mubondo. Mati are the Ministry of Agriculture Technical Institute, which trains all the extension services. And when we get graduates coming into DMA, we always choose women. 70% are women coming from Mati, because you see that when they graduate out of their diplomas in agri-tech or in agri-management or agri-business, they are now idle and they don't have anything to do. So we are bringing them into DMA, and those are key people whom we work with. Remember I said we have a product called Vida. So in Vida X, which is our extension services, that's where they fall in, and they are the ones who go and lead the communities where they came from and teach them good agriculture practice. It's about the farmer knowing the correct kilimo cha kisasa vis-a-vis traditional mazoea. And the yield becomes higher. You can get X, X3, X4, meaning from the normal yield you have, you multiply it, you treble it or quadruple it. Through these women whom we are seeing are championing extension services within DMA. So yes, that's another initiative we are closely working with, and we are ensuring that our women are involved in that particular line. We believe our next project manager in the agriculture is a woman. We've seen men, some of them obviously are lazy, and they don't deliver. So we want to ensure women are sober and they relate to agri and to their fellow men who are always in the back end. As men go to the forefront when, like now we are in Alizeti, in the 5th month we are about to harvest. We know this is going to be a big impact for, and women will be left behind when the harvest has come, and yet they've toiled through the season. So this is what we want to really bring a change to, and bring in a catalyst to help our fellow mamas.
Okay. Yes. Can you share with us some success stories?
Definitely.
Yeah, from women that DMA has serviced.
Oh, so if you look at Jiko Sanifu, we have installed 150,000 households out of 70% of women in this program. So to us, it's already a big boost for us. If you go to the Kigoma Dream program, we impacted, I think, $500 million worth of sales of Mulea, kupitia DAP, kupitia OCP, kupitia Yara, and 60% were women who were collecting, who were actually championing. So I know now there is Morea Luzuko, which we are working with TFRI and Serikali, Ministry of Agriculture, to ensure that there's transparency in the rural, and we believe women will be the ones to champion that particular initiative. So we believe those are two impactful stories. But the third one, when we were in craft, there's a program we did in Dodoma in 2022 for about a year with SNV. In 7,000 farmers we saw women be instrumental assisting the traditional change, that if we put women in the front and they go and lead the agriculture side, there will be bigger change. And we saw one of the millers we work with in Dodoma, Mr. Jackson Masawi, Jack Ma, very receptive by seeing the produce coming out of women in those groups. There were only 7,000. And that led to the new program we're having, which is for 100,000 farmers in the 3 districts of Central Region, Dodoma, Singida, and Manyara.
So what should we expect from DMA this year in 2024? What are the plans?
Oh, 2024, we are extending the GICOs. We're waiting for a new contract which is coming out. We have a projection. We have, by the way, moved already to Tabora. We did test Tabora. We sampled the GICO. We are in Kagera. So right now the team, the chief executive, the CEO of the company is in Kagera. Already working with 20,000 farmers in an AMCOS, which is doing kahawa. So DMA is expanding to another 3-4 more regions of Tanzania. We are going south corridor very soon with plans to be in Morogoro and going there and Iringa and Sumbawanga. So there is a good extension plan for DMA. Not only that, with the produce coming up in between May and August of our research for the 100,000 farmers, we are very excited that our partner HEIFA, or our funder HEIFA, was looking forward to us even extending to 300,000 farmers in Tanzania in that particular line. Remember, the proof of concept was only to address 6 districts in the HEIFA project with 100,000 farmers, which covered Dodoma, Bayi, and Chamwino, in Singida, Ikungi and Manyoni, in Manyara, Hanang, and Babati. But remember, the 2 regions have over 15 or so wilayas districts. So we are looking forward to extend our services to that area. Also, Jiko Sanifu, as we do the agriculture, we want to send it over to Dodoma and start implementing it in Dodoma, Singida, and Manyara. So far, it's only Geita and Kigoma. Yes. So that's more empowerment for women across Tanzania. Yeah. So we are proud to say that with Mama our Raisi, Majesty Mama Samia, we in COP28 in Dubai, the initiative which was signed for the clean energy. Yeah. This is part of what we are driving for and building on. So we are happy that we are aligned with the president's vision to empower women and also to bring clean energy to the country as well.
That was actually my last question about
Yes.
the clean cooking
Initiatives.
which has been the biggest agenda for the president, and
Correct.
how you as the mayor, contribute to that.
Yeah. So after this from CQC, we've had other DAOs, other funders, other investors coming in.
Okay.
A month ago, we were to Rotana with AmCham. AmCham is American Chamber who had invited us, DMA, together with WFP on the initiatives we are putting up. So we're part of, so as you see this model was designed for that display we did at AmCham and WFP. WFP are seeing this as a serious business in the camps. So in Duta and Nyarugusu, in Kigoma, we are working with WFP to start seeing the groundwork to start doing the implementation of the clean energy within the camps. So it's now extending outside the host community, which is outside the camps, and going into the camps. So clean energy to us is a big thing. But working with our biggest partner, which is the clean carbon credit certified company like CQC, we believe there's a new innovation coming besides this, which is also for peri-urban, but this has been specific for rural to assist. And remember, this is free to Mwananchi because it carries a carbon credit. So there's a benefit around you being rewarded or sequestrated with you using the GICO and addressing 8 SDGs. Which 8 SDGs? When we're talking about zero hunger, when we're talking about cutting trees, deforestation, all those initiatives that we're saying are addressing the Agenda 2030, UN Agenda 2030. This then brings in a change to our society, our environment, our universe, and our countries at all. But that is the agenda. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aarons. I don't believe we forgot anything.
It has been my pleasure, Josephine, and thank you for coming to GMA. And welcome again to this agri-fintech, which is doing wonders. People still ask us, but you're called Digital Mobile Africa, but you're in farming. We believe the power is using the digital technology to empower the communities. With digital technology, you can reach more. So thank you so much, and you're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Sure.